If you miss weight, that's one thing. If you don't let Li Jingliang show off his special suit on stage because you caused a backstage brawl, now you're crossing the line. If this video gets 1,000 likes, I'll pay for Li's suit. Get liking, boys. Just last week, things were looking sunny for Khamzat Chimaev. He probably woke up to a beautiful summer's day in Sweden and boarded a private jet to headline a UFC pay-per-view in Las Vegas. 1 week later, and he's fighting a new opponent and getting booed at weigh-ins, flipping off the crowd. So how did we get here? Khamzat Chimaev's intensity is one of his best attributes when it comes to fighting. He often brings that mentality into fight week. However, once he leaves the cage, he returns to a more subdued and quiet sort of guy. This week, he came in like a Karen who hadn't had her second caramel macchiato today. Things first started kicking off when Khamzat ran into the king of Twitter, Paulo Costa, at the UFC PI. Paulo was getting a training session in when Khamzat's team rolled in. And now, 5 days later, Paulo Costa is running around with Khamzat's hat, Jake Paul style.
Guess from who I got this hat?
It was an early sign that this week was going to be a shit show. Dana White had to call off the pre-fight press conference for the first time in UFC history after a brawl broke out backstage. Now, I don't want to go on record accusing the owner of the world's best fight organization of not knowing what a brawl is when he sees one, but nothing was happening backstage. People were yelling, running around, and a few bottles got thrown. That was about as exciting as it got. Conor McGregor flew 5,000 miles, broke into the Barclays Center, and threw a dolly through a bus window. So when someone tells me that a backstage brawl breaks out, I get a little bit more excited than I should be. Dana White, don't waste our time with this brawl. So we move to the next day. Dana White was enjoying his double shot of Howlerhead whiskey to relax with breakfast when he got an update on Chimaev. It was clear at this point that cutting the rest of his weight was going to jeopardize his health, and the commission made him stop his weight cut. Nate Diaz was on the last pound of his weight cut when he got the update, finding out Khamzat wasn't going to be on weight. Bringing a fighter bad news during fight week rarely goes well. Bringing Nate Diaz bad news while he's as dehydrated as that guy from 24 Hours never goes well. Thankfully, my sacrificial offering of 5 pounds of weed and a Nick Diaz army t-shirt was received by the MMA gods, and Tony was promoted to the main event, leaving Nate to live another day. Although it all kind of worked out, the fans weren't happy, and the UFC had just pissed away millions of dollars promoting Chimaev versus Diaz. Joe Rogan pushed Khamzat Chimaev in his post-fight interview, but he remained unapologetic. And the fans and fighters alike made sure to abuse him for it. Thankfully for Chimaev, he makes this promotion so much money that the UFC will forgive and forget. As for whether we see him at welterweight again, that's a different story.
Yeah, no, it's a problem. Yeah, it's a problem that he missed weight. What makes sense is for him to fight at 180, so we'll see.
Maybe him and Costa aren't so different after all. Thank you for watching, make sure to subscribe or I'll dash choke you Khamzat Chimaev style.